iOS students to build their timetables before the semester starts, so they can plan the timetable, which module they want to take, which groups they want to select, like that. And the purpose of for us to build this. The purposes for building this application, first is building timetable is a very essential task for every NUS student. And the current timetable builder, which is provided by the course, is very difficult to use and time consuming. You have to browse modules again and again, and it's a web interface. Our application will be on the mobile device, which is very convenient. And the third advantage of us, purpose for us to build is generated timetable information can be used in the device. It can be exported to the calendar of your iPhone or iPod Touch. And the challenge of us is whether to design the interface for iPhone or iPad, because the iPad has a larger screen, so it's very easier for us to make a beautiful interface and easy user interaction. But the disadvantage of doing that is because not every student has an iPad. There are more iPhone users among the students, so we finally decide to build the iPhone version first. And the second challenge is how to make the sophisticated algorithm that can build the timetable with selected modules and has no clash. The platform we supports the iPhone, iPod, and iPad, but it's not full screen. And because iOS is very popular, among the simple, there are 1 in 10 people has an iOS device. The mobile device has an advantage that we usually take the iOS device everywhere we go, so it will be very convenient. And let's talk about the features of our app. The first view is a module tab bar, which lists all the modules. And we click the module, we can see the information of this module, like the pre-request and workload and some description. And the module and we also support the search of the module code. And now this screen shows a basket. The basket means that we can add all the interested modules into the basket and then try to build a timetable. If there is a clash, then the timetable cannot be built. We can deactivate some modules so that we can try again. Okay. Then it comes to, after we selected the active modules, we come to the calendar view, and it's a main page that build a timetable. First, it will auto-generate no clash timetable, which is and if no possible solution is found, it will pop up an alert view. And then the user, if the user are not pleased with the result, they can do manually adjustment. And when the user doing adjustment, it will show the clash. It will show clash if it happens anytime. And it also considers the weak frequency property of each group. We'll show this how to use this in the demo. And this is a page to do the time period exclusion. For example, if you want to, if you don't want any classes on the Friday afternoon, you can just switch off the certain toggle button and then continue. It will generate the required timetable for you. And this is a save and load function. When you're building timetable, after finishing build, you can save the current state and for later use. For example, if you want to build another one, you can store the current one and build. And if you anytime after that you want to restore it, it's also possible in the load page. And there are some other minor features. For example, you can export the generated timetable to the calendar, and we also support the user retrieve the IVLE calendar, which is a web view. You can log in with your account, then it will download your timetable and export to the built-in calendar. And there is another very useful function is a bidding helper page. It will show your current selection of each group. Then when you're bidding, you can know the group name you should bid for. And this is our future plan. We plan to originally we want to implement these features, but because of the time limitation, we haven't finished. The first is a sharing timetable with a social network site like Facebook. You can share your selection or group so you can ask your friends to join the same one. And this one is a shake for random solution. We want to implement a function that can generate random solutions for user, but there is no space for a button to change the solution. So we want to use a shake gesture to implement this. And we also plan to improve our interface, and maybe we can develop an iPad version which support full screen. Currently, the module activation page don't check the pre-request for the user. So maybe they select some modules, but they cannot bid on the course page. So we want to add this function. And our conclusion is that the app is very cool and very high utility. You can build the timetable very efficiently, and you can also export the calendar. For many users, for many students, it will be very helpful when they are bidding for modules. Okay, now let's continue with the demonstration.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. I would like to say sorry that the phone is ringing because I think my friend is just waiting for the presentation result. They cannot wait. Okay, and I hope all of you have good lunch. And as my friend is quite generous, we have more than about 20 minutes left. I would like to share with you our experience first. Just remember when I first come to NUS, I tried the time builder from course. It is very time consuming. Because that semester, unluckily, I chose some very common module like economics and accounting, which is about more than 1,000 students will pick the module, which means about more than 20 tutorial slots are available to you. And then my choice is I go to the course builder, I select one slot, see, oh, this is not the time builder I want. Okay, I change to another time slot. And then it's not. Okay, so I need to try all the combination, which I calculate about more than 1,000 combinations. Okay, I think, okay, I need to try for 2 hours, but does it deserve the time? Okay, then I have no choice, just random pick one. But at that time, I think if some questions like this I need to solve by brute force, then why should the computer help me? Why do I need to solve it by myself? So as a computer student, I believe that one day I can make my dream to be true. I can build a timetable builder that can solve the problem for me. And luckily we got the chance. Yeah. And yeah. This is our first experience. And our second experience is maybe a bit more interesting. Because when we first come to the topic about IVLE, our first idea is, okay, we must build a timetable builder. It's not so user-friendly. And then we think, whether we need to choose iPad or iPhone, that is really a challenge for us. More of us maybe a bit familiar to iPad because it's huge screen and we use it to read books or do some other things, and it's very convenient. But we feel, okay, we should choose iPad. But suddenly one of my friends said, you need to consider the vote. The vote depends on person, right? I thought, yeah, that's right, so we should build on iPhone. And then we try to put the whole calendar onto iPhone screen. That is the problem. If you put the whole calendar on iPhone screen, you cannot even touch the single cell, which means you cannot even touch 1 hour. That is a really, really sad thing. So at that time, we really struggle. The vote or the easier. And then my friend told me, okay, we build one sentence, make our life harder and make the students' life easier. So that's why we have to choose iPhone, because more people will have iPhone or iTouch. It's more user-friendly. Yeah. And so that's why we will start the demo now. Okay, first I use the simulator to do the demo. Okay. Oh. Give me some time. Okay, this is our app. Okay, we start from very beginning. When you first load into the program, actually you will see an empty timetable, although I don't think it's the same resolution as mine. Okay, can you see it clearly? Okay, I know the size is not right, but you just take it as a normal iPhone, okay? Yeah, and then actually, your first choice is you should go to the modules to pick the modules you like. Actually, here is a basket. You can see the example we are taking is the favorite module I like, which has about 20 tutorial slots. Yeah, and then actually you can take other slots, maybe more CS. Okay, we take this one, and then we go to the basket. You can see this one, although it's selected, but it's not active because there is an exam clash. You can see once you inactive this module, it will show you its exam clash. So no choice, you can only learn 3 modules this semester, luckily. Yeah, and then after, you can go to the requirement. This is specially designed for computer science students and I think for most of the US students. Because most of the US students will live outside the campus. Okay, just imagine you wake up at 6 every day and to get the bus, get the train to the school to catch up the module at around 8 o'clock is a nightmare. So most of the students will have the preference, I don't want to have lecture in the morning. I don't want to have lecture on Tuesday. I got CCA. That's very, very common. So we designed this page for users. So you can pick which day you don't like, and then we can see whether it's possible or not. Okay, suppose I don't like Thursday, maybe. Yeah. And then I continue. Okay, it showed me a timetable. The Thursday is actually no lecture. Actually, Friday is also no lecture. Lucky, only 3 modules. Yeah. So actually, this is our app. We can generate a possible solution for you. And if there's no solution, we will also tell you there's no solution. It's save your time. You can try other modules, and then you can pick the timetable you like. And also here, if you don't want our choice, you can design your own timetable. You can switch to other time slots, but once there is a red circle around, it means there's a clash. You need to make adjustment accordingly. You pick here and you select which module you want to change, and then you change the module. Okay, it's recovered. And now this is the timetable you will see. You can also choose to save the timetable builder. Actually, there's no limitation on how many timetables you can save. If you like, you can save 1,000 timetables. It's up to you. Yeah. And once you save, you can come to the settings and load the timetable every time when you like. We will use that one to show the loading part. Okay. Yeah, and also we have the bidding helper, which means here is in the list view of the calendar. You cannot see what class you have on which day. But this one will be extremely helpful when you are bidding for course. Because during the bidding time, you don't need to worry which time it is. You just need to wonder what is the title and what is the module code and the class number. So this one is specially designed for bidding. Yes, and that's more about the demo on simulator. And now we will change to the real app. Okay, this is a real app. I have to say this is Touch 2.
Yeah.
Touch 2.
Second generation.
Yeah, second generation, which means it's very, very old. I believe more than most of the Singaporeans should have this one, right? Yeah, and as it's very old, I believe our app will have more users and have more votes. Okay. Yeah, and let's see iPlan. Okay, this is our program. It will take some time to load because there is some update on the course. Because course website will update the modules like every day or every second day during the bidding time or sometime. So every time you see the update, you need to update. But now we just need to save time. I don't want to update. So cancel. And we go to the settings. We want to load timetable. I have set one timetable here. And then we can load. Here is a timetable similar to the one we just saw. And now I want to introduce another feature we have. This is the option. Actually, we provide some choices. Oops. Something wrong? Okay, let me try again. Oh, okay. Let me... How to?
Rebuild the timetable.
Oh, okay.
Maybe the saved timetable has something wrong.
Okay, so as my friend suggests, we just rebuild. Okay, we just pick these two modules and requirement, continue. And then this is the timetable builder, the result given. And then we go to the settings, option. Okay, it died again.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
We can't definitely.
Yeah, but let me try this.
Because the simulator don't have the calendar.
Yeah, so actually we want to try this. Actually here option you got 4 choices. One is export to IVLE calendar, which means you can export IVLE calendar to iCalendar. I believe most of the apps doesn't have this functionality. And my friend also tried this one. They use a lot of time to export IVLE calendar to Google Calendar and then transform to iCalendar, something like this. It's very tedious. So we try to provide one-click function. And then the second one is export to iCalendar. You can export the current timetable to your calendar, but maybe you don't like the calendar you export, and then you can choose to delete all the things you export to iCalendar, which will save you a lot of time. Yeah. And then we also provide another functionality, which is disable the requirement page. Because most of the time, once you come to this page, right, you don't want to go to requirement. I don't have any requirement. I just want to direct to the timetable builder or the calendar. So actually, once you disable that one, you will not go into that part. You will just directly go to the calendar. Okay, then we go to modules, and here it's just continue, no requirement. You just continue, and you will come here. Yeah. I think that's all about our presentation. Yeah.
The only thing okay, when I go into any modules, right, I have to quickly know the code to every course. I can't see the course code.
Sorry, I forgot to mention this. Actually here, under the modules, once you search the module, you can go into the modules and to see the detail and description and all the things you wanted. But actually, I think for your question, you just want, if I just want to learn a course about algorithm, I don't know the code, what should I do? But actually, I don't think in US, every student should know that. Otherwise, why you learn that? Why you choose that to be your major, right? Yeah, so I believe most of students, if you ask me what is the module title of some CS module, I can tell you the code, but I cannot tell you the title. So
maybe we can implement a search function which can search the description of the.
Yeah, that is also possible. Any other questions? The demo is.
Can you go back to calendar?
Calendar. Yes.
So if you want to create a calendar, you go to module.
Sorry?
If you want to create a timetable, you go to module.
Yeah, of course, you need to pay the modules you want to learn in the next semester.
So this only give you one month.
Sorry?
One planning at one time.
Yes, one planning at one time.
Save it and start another.
Yeah, because we provide save function. So actually, in the settings, you can load the timetable. Here are all the timetables I tried in the past. Yeah, it will still be there.
Will they end up always generating the same one, same few for you?
Sorry?
I mean, how many combinations will you end up generating?
Maybe 8 modules.
What do you mean by combinations?
Well, we happen to see ones that are low, right?
Mm-hmm.
We generate more than one timetable for you at one time.
Actually, our one can also, yeah. I mean, our app can also generate many, but depends on your requirement. If you only have one requirement, we will generate one. But if you got the detailed requirement, we will generate according to the requirement.
What do you mean by?
Okay, sorry. The requirement means whether you want to have module on certain days. Like, I want to have a free Wednesday. I don't want to have any lecture on that day. So we can make adjustment according to your requirement. One. We will give you one.
We have mentioned that if we may implement another function to generate random solutions.
Yeah.
The shaking part.
That is the shaking part.
No more question? Any more question?
The only thing is we didn't get to see the actual exported calendar into the calendar thing.
Can you try again? Actually, that one we tried.
From your
It really
simulator,
can
you
work.
can do that now.
Yeah, from simulator you cannot do that because simulator doesn't have a calendar.
Actually, we have the IVLE exported calendar.
This is what? Based on
This
your...
is exported from IVLE.
This is based on own...
It's based on
This
some
is
students.
yeah.
from
We got one
taking the
student who is
special
staying in special term, so we got the module and try to export. Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
Thank you.